Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Summer Meyers. I am a homeschool mom of 5 kids, and on this channel we talk about all things homeschool. And today I wanted to talk about a little bit homeschool reflection video. It's getting to that end of the year, and we're about to approach the new year, and I'm going to be doing a video the following week about how our year has actually gone. This today is a part 1 of just talking about when you are reflecting what you should be focusing on. So when you look back on your homeschool year, and I'm using the term loosely because you're thinking about September all the way up to December, right? You want to first look and count your successes. It's all about mindset, right? You want to be positive. You want to be happy. And so focusing right into the negative narrative of
this is where they are and oh my gosh, and we're behind and we're struggling
is going to just stress you out. And it's just going to make you feel like the train is already leaving and you need to jump on it and just go. Count your successes first. Think about the things that you did accomplish. Talk about field trips, books that you've read, workbooks that you have completed. Thinking about the project that your kid-child worked on. Your kid-child, that's the term. And count those successes. And if you're really worried about it, list them out. List them out, all the things that you guys did manage to accomplish and how good that feels, and being like, yeah, a little run around the track saying, yeah, I really did it, a little pat on the back. And that will make all the difference when you are looking back and reflecting over where you are at. The next part in reflecting your progression and preparing for the next semester of your homeschool year, for me, it's looking at our workbooks, looking at our curriculum, figuring out exactly where we are and exactly where I want us to be when the school year ends. For my homeschool, I go at the pace of where my child is at. This means occasionally we have to repeat lessons. This means occasionally we have to go back a couple of lessons and redo things. Sometimes this means taking a break and really diving deep into something that really interests them. And so just looking at our curriculum and saying, okay, if we want to be finished with this by the time school is over, so how much of that is left and is it feasible? Because sometimes I won't be halfway through the book. Sometimes I'm only like a third of the way. There has been one year where I was only the quarter of the way in one of my books. And that was partly because of just the season of life we were in. And I looked at it, and the feasibility, the ability of my kids to finish that work was just not going to happen. And so I had to adjust our curriculum, and I'm totally okay with that. I had to combine things. I had to say, you know what, this is a little repetitive. We can skip over this. Some years I have actually said, okay, we're not going to finish it this year. That's okay. We're going to pick it up in the following year. So look at where you are at, decide how much time you have left, and is it feasible to complete that work? And if you're getting discouraged, you go back to your positive list. You go back to your successes and say, but we did this really well, so we're okay. In an effort to keep your anxiety from, reaching in astronomical levels, right? After you have figured out where you are in your workbooks and how much further you need to go, look at your child and think about them and pray about them and where they are and where they are at. Outside of thinking this is where they should be based on public school standards, this is what they should be based on, just regular peer standards or whatever. Just looking at them as a person, determining where they are at and where they are struggling. Where can you meet them? And where can you help them along in their journey of learning? This is also a great time to assess if the curriculum is really working for them. You've taken a break and you've set this stuff aside. Going back into it, is there a feeling of dread? Is there resistance? And if they need a new plan of attack. And the best way to address this feeling of inadequacy is to have a plan. And I am a planner, but not especially, because I'm happy to create a plan and then I'm happy to just ditch it. I'm just gonna ditch that plan. And that's just kind of my personality. But when you do have a plan and you say, look, my kid is really struggling with spelling. This curriculum is a really good spelling curriculum. I don't need to add anything to it. I just need to make sure that we are focusing in on it and having an attack that way. This curriculum isn't meeting her where she's supposed to be when it comes to spelling. So we're going to get another workbook And we're just going to take a week and just focus on that and just kind of ease our way back into a regular school routine. Meeting them where they're at is so important. And this is a perfect opportunity to really assess and see where they are struggling. Coming up with the plan of attack will just soothe your nervous soul. So if you're one to panic a little bit, to worry about, oh my gosh, we're not, where we're supposed to be, just having a plan and also just making sure that it is meeting your child's needs and not some standard that's just, a little cloud bias over here. So that's what I do when I am doing my homeschool assessments, when I am looking at my homeschool children and saying, this is what we have accomplished. This is where we need to be in a couple more months. And this is where I can help you make it. Because we all want success. Success is the goal. So this was just part one. I just wanted to break down a little bit of my thought process when I'm doing a little bit of reflection. Stay tuned for next week's video where I'm going to do a part two of things that we are actually implementing in our homeschool and talking about our successes, how we're going to finish out the year, and a little bit of struggles that we have had. If this video was at all helpful, like, subscribe, talk to me about your own homeschool and things that you are thinking about for the upcoming homeschool year. Take it easy, everybody. Bye.